Yo, what is up, guys? So I'm sure y'all saw that we have a new luck unit and some of y'all don't know what to do, so I figured I'll make a quick quote-unquote guide to help you clear it. Now, there are specific units that you have to use in order to complete the water dragon boy, but if you happen to find any other team comps, then feel free to tell anyone in the comments below. This is what worked best for me, and that's what I've been able to clear the boss with consistently. I'm still farming the dragon, but I just want to get this out before, anyone keeps asking like, hey, how do you clear this guy, right? So let's just get into it. So first things first, don't use a single water unit. Virago will literally eat them. So you can't use Vox or Thetis. I've tried. They'll die. You also won't need a tank at all. It isn't necessary. It'll drag out the fight, and to be honest, here are the units that you should use in order to clear it. So the units you'll be using are Sistina, Daki, Norn, and Mako. Now, I'll be showing you up on the screen a team I use in solos. In this team, this has a Serpa. She can be swapped out for Mako if you don't have her. I was able to clear this solo without dying, so just so you know. People like to alternate between Mako and a Serpa. Doesn't matter, to be honest. You can even use both of them on the same team. It works fine. Now then, if you're doing this in multiplayer, ask for these units. If you have any of them, use them, obviously. Mako can be replaced by a Serpa, like I said, if you don't have her. As for equips, so specifically for Sistina, the way I've been doing it, I have a true weapon on her. So I have her true weapon. I have Sandstone's true weapon on her, so she doesn't take much damage. And I have Keon for art gen and to give your team some breaking power. Now, Sistina's role in this entire fight is to use her normal arts throughout the entire fight. You will hardly ever need to use her true arts. You will only need to use her true arts once the boss is broken, and do her arts simultaneously, like with everybody once they pop it. Like, you will never have to use her true art ever. I mean, if you do happen to have her true arts up, and when Daki decides to pop his true arts, then I guess go for it for the maximum amount of damage. But for the most part, just do normal arts for her. As for Daki will be your MVP of the fight. So you can put a Akashic Eye on him, True Exceed, or anything that gives him instant arts. Doesn't matter. For the healing slot, I recommend you put Demonic Wicked Globe, because it's an absolute must. Maxing out your HP is something you'll be doing a lot in this fight, and Virago does a lot of damage when he uses arts against your team. As for the 4 slot, you can just put Arc Ignite. Daki will be using his true arts all the time, so Virago has a high defense he puts up, so Daki bypasses all of that with his true arts. He will ignore Virago's defense for 10 seconds, and your team will dish out all the damage needed in those 10 seconds to lower his HP. Like I said, he's your main MVP of the fight, so you just have to make sure he doesn't die. Next is Norn. Norn, honestly, self-explanatory. She's mainly there for arts gen, but for the most part, you can put True Exceed, Akashic, Mirage Kimono, or her true weapon on her. As for her defense slot, you can literally put anything. I found Celia Asperio just fine, and 4 slots, I just put Fen Shorts. Norn will be using her true arts throughout the entire fight. Mako. Now, Mako will be your art battery. Like, she'll be art genning for the entire team, the whole fight. You can put her in, you can put either a Serpa's Dagger, Goku's Uni, Melty's Dress, Priestess Robe, Milim's Robe. As long as it can art gen, she can pretty much put anything in that slot. As for healing slots, you can literally put Guts. You can put another Wicked Globe. There will be times where one Wicked Globe isn't enough. So if you're using Mako, make sure you have it. As for the 4 slot, you can just put Gumbray, B3 Claw, or Mako Knuckle. Any one of those will work, honestly. Now, if you're using a Serpa instead of Mako, you'll be spamming her normal arts all the way through. If you're low on HP, she'll heal your team right away. Don't worry about attacking. For support equips, you can just use the same as Mako. As for attack equips, you could put True Izanagi or regular Izanagi, Curse Light Sword, or Raphtalia Sword. For defense, I ended up using the Ghost Shield from the raids we got a while ago, but you can replace that with literally anything better than that, because honestly, that equip is garbage. Now, those are the units you pretty much need for the fight. When it comes to the actual fight, Virago kind of has a like standard attack pattern for the most part. So sometimes he'll use his arts when he's at 75 HP or 50 HP. Sometimes he doesn't completely random, but the one thing you need to know is that he has barriers of defense that he puts up in the middle of the fights. So sometimes it'll max out to like 3 or 4, sometimes 5. I've seen him maxed out 5 once, but for the most part his defense will be high up there. So make sure you're using Daki's True Arts to bypass all of that. Now, when he gets down to 1 HP is when he does his arts. I think it's his True Arts twice to kill your team. At that point, what you have to do when the moment he pops his True Arts is pop all your defensive equipments all at once, and your Wicked Globe as well, so it maxes out your HP, and then he will attack you. You will reduce the damage because you popped all your defensive equips. After that, you're gonna pop Asurpa's normal art, or if you're running Mako, her True Arts, to get your HP up, and then obviously you gain a little bit of HP with Mako's True Art too. And then his from then on, he'll just like, after he's done with those two, he'll pretty much just die if you just like breathe on him or something. But you're able to keep your entire team alive with that, basically doing that. But yeah, that's what I ended up like using to clear the event. Now, honestly, you could just rinse and repeat at that point. The dragon, you'll just be hitting really hard, so you just have to keep your HP up. Aside from that, Daki will be your MVP to clear this fight. Aside from that though, everything should be peachy. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the guide, quote unquote, to clearing Virago. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty easy. If you have the right units and competent people to play online with. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you liked this video, and let me know if you were able to clear it. All right then, see you later, guys. Bye. Peace. Oh,